How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Wi-Fi battle. Today we have another battle with the Brute Bonnet team, so hopefully it goes well. If you want to try the team out, use the code at the top right corner of the screen. There's also a copy and paste of the team in the description down below. Please like and subscribe for more videos like this one. And with that being said, let's jump into the team preview. Okay, today we've got a battle versus, I'm going to butcher this pronunciation, but I think it's Pew. They've got a pretty cool looking team. They've got a Toedscruel, Iron Fawns, Arcanine, Staraptor, Forretress, and a Gastrodon. Nice to see. So Brute Bonnet's going to do some work here. We've got the Iron Fawns, which we can Seed Bomb to death. We've got the Gastrodon, which we can Seed Bomb to death. And we've got the Toedscruel, which we can kind of wall because it can't Spore us or anything like that. So that's a good sign. That's a good sign. So I'm going to lead off with Screamtail because I'm fully aware of what they're going to lead with. They're more than likely going to lead with their Forretress. In which case, is it better for me to lead with something else? No, I think Screamtail's fine. I think Screamtail's absolutely fine there because they're going to hazard stack with the Forretress, but we can just bring in something else like our own Forretress and just Rapid Spin away those hazards, so it's not a big deal. They do have the Hazard Setter as well, which the Hazard Spinner, of course, which is the Forretress. So I'm looking at the matchup and I'm actually thinking we lead with Noivern because Noivern never gets to do anything and I want it to do something. So we'll go with Noivern. And the battle begins. So Pew over there is going to lead off with Wild, the Staraptor, as we lead off with Boombox, the Noivern. Now on paper we outspeed this thing. Obviously we outspeed this thing. But they could be Choice Scarfed. If the Choice Scarf, we're in for a bad time. So what they either do here is they either switch out into something like the Iron Fawns or the Gastrodon, or they Brave Bird if they're Choice Scarfed, or the U-turn even. So if the Choice Scarfed, we're not in a bad position because Gyarados can eat up a hit, Forretress can eat up a hit, Tyranitar can eat up a hit. I think we go Tyranitar anyway, just because they're not going to go for a close combat. They're definitely going to go for either a Brave Bird or a U-turn. They'd only go for a U-turn if they were Scarfed, which means it won't do too much damage to us. If it's banded, it'll do a nice little, it'll sting a bit, but it'll be fine. They go for a U-turn, so they must be, they must be Choice Scarfed if they go for a U-turn there, because Boomburst would have definitely hurt. Drake and Meteor would have hurt a bit more, but Boomburst would have definitely hurt. In comes Iron Walnut, which is a good nickname. That's a pretty cool nickname, not gonna lie. So this thing comes in, and we know what it's gonna do. It's gonna Hazard Stack. So what we need to do now is we need to go into our Boombox once again and go for a Boomburst. There we go, withdraw Tyranitar real quick, and we're gonna go into our Boombox, the Noivern. Absolutely fine by us. They go for an EQ. Interesting. EQ. I was expecting like a body press or something like that, but not an EQ from a Forretress. That's not a good one. So they're probably going to switch out here, but they haven't got the best options to switch in other than their own Tyranitar. So I'm going to go straight for a Hurricane just to try and get some damage off on the Forretress. We do miss the Hurricane, which is unfortunate, but we are in a Sandstorm, so it's kind of expected as they go for an Ice Spinner. Oh my god, they're an offensive Forretress. Oh my god, they're an offensive Forretress. Oh my god, they're an offensive Forretress. What have I just witnessed? Oh my, wow. Okay, so we're in a bit of a pickle now because we lost Noivern. So I guess we go Gyarados, get the Intimidate off on this thing because it's clearly a threat now. I have never seen an offensive Forretress before in my life, but that is just blew me away. So I guess we go for Dragon Dance here. They do stay in. What are they going to go for? Please don't tell me they get like Wild Charge or something daft like that. Please don't tell me they get Wild Charge or something daft like that. So they go for a Volt Switch. That's going to hurt. It's going to sting a little bit, but it's fine. We can handle it. We can handle it just fine. So what are they going to go into now? Capitao, which is going to be the Arcanine. Gets the Intimidate off, which is absolutely fine by me. Goes for the Intimidate. That's absolutely fine by me. Let's just scout to see what this thing wants to do. I want to see if it's got Wild Charge or not. It leftovers, so it's probably not got Wild Charge. It's probably a bulky variant, which means it wants to go for a burn right now. I don't really want to get burned. I don't really want to get burned, but I don't really have a good switch in other than the... I'm going to go into Tigglybuff. I'm going to go to Tigglybuff, and the reason I'm going to Tigglybuff is A, to scout for the Wild Charge, B, because it doesn't care about the burn as much. And C, so we can get Light Screen and Reflect up, because that's going to be really important. So they do withdraw the Capitao, expecting a switch, and they're going to go into Wild the Staraptor. So Staraptor comes in, absolutely fine by me. Get your Intimidate off all you want. We are just going to go straight for a Reflect here. I should outspeed unless they're Scarf. Like I said, they go for a U-turn. Obviously, that's going to do nothing to us. They are Scarf, though, which is good to know. I kind of figured they were Scarf by the way they did the U-turn on the Noivern earlier. I'm wondering what they're going to go into now, though. Pebbles is going to come in, and that's got to be the Tyranitar. No, it's not. It's the Slug. So we go for a Reflect real quick. That's absolutely fine. And now we go for a Life Screen to get the screens up because this is a special attacker, and they have a couple of special attacks on the team in Toadscruel. And this thing, and they go for a Sludge Bomb. That's going to hurt. Not really, actually. It doesn't do much damage at all. Does get the poison though, which is a real shame. But what can you do? What can you do? What can you do indeed? What can you do indeed? So, I'm gonna go ahead and switch out. What do we go into here? Do we go T-Tar? Get Stealth Rocks up. Stealth Rocks are gonna be really nice. They definitely have Rapid Spin on Forretress. Do we go hard? Let's go T-Tar. Let's go T-Tar. T-Tar's going to eat up any hit this thing wants to throw at us, no problem. So we'll eat up a Sludge Bomb, no problem. We'll eat up an Earth Power, no problem. You know, Light Screens up, we're specially defensive, and we're special defense boosted by the sand, so we are good to go. We are good to go. So let's see what happens here. They go for a Sludge Bomb. Does 6 damage. No poison, which is great. Absolutely great. So we're recovering more health from the leftovers and they can deal damage, which is great as well. I'm going to go straight for a Stealth Rocks, get them up on that side of the field. There we go. Let's see what they've gone for here. I'm really curious to see what they've gone for here because they've stayed in. They go for the Surf. Let's see how much damage that does. Nothing. Absolutely nada. Not a thing. Not a thing. So with Stealth Rocks up, we've got a couple of options here. So we could go into our Gyarados and we can start setting up on this thing. I think I'm going to go Gyarados and start setting up on this thing. I think they switch out here, but I don't know. There we go. Going to withdraw our Tyranitar. And we're going to go into our Leviathan real quick. There we go. Absolutely fine by me. I think this is the right play anyway. As they do withdraw Pebbles. Are they going to go Forretress? Try and get off that nice and powerful Rapid Spin. They go Woodia, which is the Toadscruel. So that's absolutely fine. So what we can do now is, obviously we can expect a Spore here, or something along those lines. So I'm going to Terastallize into a Flying type and go straight for that Tera Blast. I think that's the best thing to do here. They probably go for a Rapid Spin actually, because that's their other Rapid Spinner. There we go, going to Terastallize real quick. If they went for Spore, they're dead. If they went for Rapid Spin, they're going to get rid of the hazards, but we're going to do minimal damage to our Gyarados, which is great. So this is not a bad matchup at all for us. It's not a bad matchup at all for us. So let's see what they're going to do. Do they go for the Energy Ball instead? They're going to Terastallize themselves? Oh. What type are they going to become? Ice. Ice is fine. Ice is fine. So they Tera Blasted into an Ice type, which makes sense because they're expecting the Ice Fang, right? We go for a Tera Blast. Let's see how much damage we're talking here. Hopefully we can get a KO since it is 2x stab. Nearly get the KO as they go for a Rapid Spin, which is going to boost their speed. Absolutely fine by me. Absolutely fine by me. Surprised we outsped there, but I'm guessing they're a bulky variant, which makes sense. So Sandstorm's going to start hurting them, which is great, as it does hurt us, unfortunately, as well. I doubt they'll have Tera Blast on this because the Rapid Spin variant. I think what they do here is they go into the Arcanine or something. So I'm going to go for a Waterfall, expecting that. They go for a knockoff, getting rid of those boots. Gets a crit, which is really unfortunate because it means Sandstorm's going to take us out. But we do take them out with the Waterfall, which is absolutely amazing. So now that the Hazard Clear is gone, let's see what we can do now. Let's see what we can do in this situation now. Sandstorm is going to subside though, which is great. In comes Wild, the Staraptor. This thing is going to get an Intimidate off, which is really unfortunate, but what can you do? I think they go for a U-turn here, so I kind of just have to suck it up, I think. No, do we keep Gyarados around for later? Did they get Stealth Rocks up? Did they get Stealth Rocks up? I think we go Tigglybuff here. I think we go into the Scream Tail. I'm pretty sure we go into the Scream Tail right now. Just because we've got the Reflect up, it's going to wear off in a minute. We'd like to get them back up, which would be great. They go for a U-turn. That's going to do minimal damage to us, which is amazing, as they're going to be able to switch out into whatever they want. Now, we've got to watch out for the Iron Fawns and its Dragon Dance shenanigans. There's Terminator. That's got to be the Iron Fawns, right? There it is. The Iron Fawns comes in. So, we're in a bit of a pickle. We're in a bit of a pickle. So, Reflect is going to wear off. I'm going to have to get that back up. There's no way otherwise. Reflector's going to come back up. They probably go for a Dragon Dance, right? They probably go for a Dragon Dance, right? They go for a Dragon Dance. There we go. So we're seeing a similar tactic as we saw before with the Iron Fawns going for his attack. But we're not going to see Tera flying this time because obviously they've already terrestrialized one of their Pokemon. So I say we go ahead and go for the Light Screen again. No, we don't need Light Screen now. We don't need Light Screen. We go for a Wish here. They go for another Dragon Dance. They're getting cocky. They're getting cocky. That's for sure. That's for sure. We'll go for a Wish real quick. There we go. Wish.com. Poison's going to take care of us real quick. As the next turn, what we're going to have to do is go for a Dazzling Gleam just to get some damage off on this thing. They go for a Wild Charge. That's going to take us out. Now, if I'm right, I think the way Wish works is that the next Pokemon we switch in will get the Wish boost. Because I'm not worried about this Iron Fawns. I'm not worried about it. What I'm worried about is getting the Gyarados in safely. So we'll get Gyarados back in and we'll get this Wish. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. Crap. We got the Intimidate off though. Let's go into Forretress. Let's go into Forretress. Oh, that didn't work at all. We'll go Forretress real quick. We can still use Gyarados for later. As they go for a Wild Charge, that's going to do minimal damage to Forretress, but we also get the red card as well, which is going to force it to switch out. So that's amazing for us. Absolutely amazing for us. Hopefully they didn't bring out the Arcanine. That's what I'm hoping for. No Arcanine. Like poetry. In comes the Arcanine. It's going to get the Intimidate off, which is really unfortunate. We do not have a good switch in here. We're going to have to go... We're going to have to go Gyarados. No. Let's go T-Tar. Let's go with T-Tar. And we'll get them Stealth Rocks back up because that Staraptor's getting annoying. That Arcanine's getting annoying. If they haven't got close combat, that is. I don't think they will have close combat. I think they're going to be a bulky variant. I really feel like they're a bulky variant. They go for a Will-O-Wisp. They are a bulky variant. That's absolutely amazing. Now let's just hope they don't have close combat. That's all we've got to hope for. No close combat. Arcanine looks really good in this game as well. Arcanine looks so good in this game. I really want to use an Arcanine. Really want to use an Arcanine. So they are lefties, of course, which we revealed earlier. I'm wondering whether we can finish this game. I feel like this is going to go to timer again. I really feel like it's going to go to timer again. I want to get these Stealth Rocks up big time. Really want to get these Stealth Rocks up. So let's go for it. Let's go for the Stealth Rocks real quick. They're going to withdraw? What are they going to go into? Forretress? Forretress makes sense. Iron Walnut comes in. Absolutely fine by me. Get your Iron Walnut in. We're going to get the Stealth Rocks back up. Hopefully they don't have Rapid Spin on this thing as well, because that would be annoying, but I feel like they will have Rapid Spin. They've got Volt Switch, Earthquake, Ice Spinner, and one other move. I don't know what it'll be though. So I'm going to go for a Thunder Wave here. I think they go for a Volt Switch, expecting us to switch out into Gyarados. There we go for a Thunder Wave. We miss, which is really unfortunate, as they're going to go for an Ice Spinner, which is of course going to do a buttload. Not really. It's a Forretress. It's a Forretress at the end of the day. It can be offensive if it wants to, but it's not doing the damage. It's not doing no damage. If it had Body Press, that'd be a different case. But I'm going to go for another Thunder Wave and try and get some paralysis on this thing. There we go. There we go. Getting the paralysis off is going to be neat because it's going to make it a bit more easier to switch in on, because obviously there's a chance it'll be fully paralyzed. They go for an EQ. How much damage is that doing? Not nearly enough. Not nearly enough. But if we... I can't believe Wish doesn't work like that anymore. It used to work like that, I'm sure. I'm sure Wish used to work like that. So Reflect is going to wear off, which is unfortunate. That's pretty much the only reason we was getting away with what we were doing. I'm going to have to go into Brute Bonnet and put this thing to sleep, aren't I? I think we expect the Earthquake. We go Brute Bonnet, we put something to sleep. There we go. Going to withdraw our T-Tar. We're going to go into Hatrick real quick. Hatrick real quick as they go for an Ice Spinner, expecting the switch. Makes sense. It's going to do a buttload of damage to Brute Bonnet, which is unfortunate. Sandstorm is going to subside though, which is great, as we're able to go for a Spore now on anything we want to go for, as their Overcoat. Their Overcoat. No, they're asleep. They're paralyzed. Jack, what are you doing? What are you doing? As they get a critical hit on the ice spinner. What? What was that play? What? I just, you know what? I'm gonna just try and brush it off as being I thought they would switch. That's all I can think. That's all I can think of. So I guess we go into this thing. This is like the only way we're gonna beat this Forretress is by going into this thing. Getting the Intimidate off, which is gonna be nice. I'm going for a Tera Blast. That's all I can think. If they can get fully paralyzed, then that'd be even better. Pretty sure Tera Blast would be a 2-hit KO if they're an offensive Forretress, right? Nearly a 2-hit KO. As they go for a Volt Switch, that's going to KO us. As Leviathan does go down. So what is going on in this game? I don't know what's wrong with me. I think it's because I'm bulk recording right now because I'm going out on Friday, so I can't record Friday night. So I'm bulk recording, so I think I'm probably tilting a bit. I'm probably on tilt. Capital's going to come in, which is going to be the Arcanine again. Get some Stealth Rock damage, which is great. And some Leftovers recovery, which is great for them. And the only thing I can think to do here is go T-Tar and Thunder Wave this thing. That's all I can really think to do. T-Tar, Thunder Wave. All I can think to do. All I can think to do. So, I guess we go for a Stone Edge, actually. Let's go for a Stone Edge and get some damage off on this thing. They're going to withdraw Capital. Are they going to go Forretress again? Iron Walnut comes in. Absolutely amazing. Amazing. It's going to get some Stealth Rock damage, which is nice. We're going to hit the Stone Edge, which is great. Does a critical hit, which is great. Absolutely great, actually. That's brilliant. Perfect. Perfect, in fact. So now we go into our Forretress. And I guess the only way we can really do this is if we stack up hazards. I reckon Forretress can 1v1 their entire team. You know? I reckon we... Tigglybuff has no energy, I know. I reckon we go Forretress right now because Forretress can wall this thing to no end. Forretress can wall this thing to no end. I at least want to KO one more Pokemon on the team, though. I at least want to KO one more Pokemon. So they go for an EQ. We're going to eat that up like it's nothing. As we can probably set up spikes. You know? Or do they switch Arcanine here, right? So we just go for a Body Press, right? They go for a Body Press. That's going to do a lot of damage, but not enough to KO. As they are fully paralyzed, which is great news for us. Great news for us. So they are going to stay in. They are going to stay in, which is great. So what do we do here? Let's also, I think the only thing we can do is sell spikes. Sell spikes so that we can if we can get rid of that Arcanine, Forretress does kind of wall them a bit. Oh, they got fully paralyzed again. Okay, this is perfect. This is perfect. This is the comeback we've been waiting for. This is the comeback we've been waiting for. So they're going to get some Leftovers recovery, which is unfortunate for us. I'm going to get up another layer of spikes real quick. There we go, another layer of spikes, which is great. If we can get up 3 layers of spikes, that'll be absolutely amazing. Earthquake's going to come through. Absolutely amazing. So Sandstorm's going to subside. They're going to get some Leftovers recovery, which is unfortunate. I wish I had Leftovers instead of Red Card. But Red Card kind of saves us from an Iron Fawn sweep, so that's fine. Spikes is going to come through again. There we go. Boom. Nicely done, nicely done. So there we go. Spikes are up. They're going to go for another EQ. We're going to eat that up as well. Now we just go for the Body Press, I guess. Just go for a Body Press, yeah. Body Press is going to come through. Nearly gets the KO, which is great. They go for an EQ. Down it goes. This has just been one like Forretress versus Forretress showdown, really, hasn't it? Oh, dear. Oh, dear. So Forretress can go for another Body Press now and get the KO, which is great. Their Forretress goes down, which is great. It's not a 5-0, it's a 4-0 now. Oh, ha, 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 ha. In comes Terminator. Terminator is, of course, going to be their Iron Fawn. So Iron Fawn is going to take some damage from Stealth Rocks. It's going to take some damage from the Spikes, which is great. The base is just going to go for a Wild Charge here. It's not going to KO us, though. It does KO us. They get a crit. They got a crit. Of course they got a crit. Of course they got a crit. Of course they got a crit. Why wouldn't they get a crit? So let's go into T-Tar real quick. Oh, well. Oh, well. I'm pretty sure based on that wild charge damage that they did earlier, after like 2 Dragon Answers, I'm pretty sure we lived that without the crit, but I could be wrong. Probably wrong. Time has run out. The battle is over. It's a 4-1, a victory to my opponent. We all know how this went down, though. I definitely lost. But that was a pretty fun game. Thank you for watching today's video. If you did enjoy, of course, leave a like, subscribe, all that wonderful stuff. And with that being said, I'll see you all in a bit.